right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Michael Walters, and this is Mike Talks NY Sports. This is episode 12, and today we are going to be talking about the recent games that has happened last night between the New York Knicks and the Lakers, and the Nets and the Warriors. And after those games, I'm going to be talking about future predictions for both teams going into the rest of the season. All right, so right now I'm going to start with the I'm going to start with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to be a little different today. The Brooklyn Nets last night, they played against the Golden State Warriors. Like, I was watching the game with my father, and I was surprised that in the first quarter the Nets were leading by 20 points. Like, and I was like, "Oh, they showed up for this game." But what ended up happening is, they ended up allowing people like Curry and Butler to catch fire, and they ended up, storming back into the game. And then the game started to become interesting again. Like, the Nets blew a lead, like always. And it's like, when I'm looking at the game, I'm like, how the hell do you allow the Warriors to just come back? Like, you just allow these people to just hit a bunch of three pointers? Like, I don't know what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets, but that shows that the coaching is flawed. Like, you had them in the first quarter, but I get it. First quarter doesn't determine whether you win the game or not. I've seen a lot of teams, they have big leads in the first half, and then in the second half, they squander it and end up losing by double digits because of it. So it's like, the Brooklyn Nets, yes, even though they did blow the lead, they still made the game interesting because the game was close throughout. Yes, they end up losing by 2 points. Well, that was a crazy way to lose, but they could have won the game. But what had happened was is that this was the second game of Cameron Thomas being back from injury, and that's when I knew the Brooklyn Nets were going to lose because Thomas is known for throwing up the ball. It's like in clutch moments, he just froze the ball up. He doesn't even aim. He just froze it up, thinking it's gonna go in, but it's always a brick. Well, he did hit one crazy one with like 15 seconds left, which cut the lead down to, like, I think, three. But the thing is, like, that was a little, I get it. It kind of gave them a little bit of motivation, a little bit of momentum, but it was a little too late. Like, that's the thing that I don't like about Cam Thomas is that he feels like he's the one who should close, be the closer, be that clutch performer for the Brooklyn Nets, but he is a flawed performer in the clutch. Like, most of the time when you have him controlling the offense in the clutch, the Brooklyn Nets lose. I've seen a game earlier this season when the Nets looked like they were going to beat the Cavaliers, but Cam Thomas was just throwing turnovers and bricking nonstop in the clutch moments. And I'm like, Brooklyn, the only way your team will be good is if you do not have someone like Cam Thomas being your leader during clutch moments. You cannot have a person like that. You need someone a lot older. I was wondering, why wasn't D'Angelo Russell being the playmaker, being the closer in the clutch moments? Like, what is going on with the coaching staff? I get it. You guys are in full on tank mode, but bruh, y'all had the chance to win this game. Like, I don't know. The Brooklyn Nets are really a broken franchise at this point. Like, I don't know what's up with that team, but I feel like, looking at this game, the Brooklyn Nets, they can compete with the best of the best, but it's just the lack of execution in the end. Like, they don't have a certain strategy in clutch moments because they're used to losing by big leads. So it's like, I feel like the Brooklyn Nets, they just need to figure out their stuff over the offseason. They have a bunch of draft picks that the Knicks gave them. Well, obviously, those picks really don't mean anything, but they could use those picks to potentially get a star player, another like a superstar player on the team that can pick that can, elevate them, like make them go from being a laughing stock to being an actual contender. Because I feel like they got the talent, but they need that leader. They need that superstar like a Kevin Durant or whatever, even though Durant will never go back to the Brooklyn Nets, but we don't know. Anything can happen. But the Brooklyn Nets, yeah, I see them not making the play in. They probably are going to miss the playoffs. It's probably all for the best because the team is messed up. And, they're probably just going to maybe they have to make a decision on Cam Thomas. Are you going to keep him or are you going to trade him? Because that he's on a contract year, and I don't know. The Brooklyn Nets got the money. They probably will want to re-sign him, but they have to make a decision on whether they either want to keep either D'Angelo Russell or Cam Thomas. They have to choose one or the other because if they do not choose, if they choose to keep both of them, it is going to cause some issues because both of them play the same position and they're both defensive liabilities. If I'm Brooklyn, you got to choose D'Angelo Russell. He is a more seasoned player than Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas probably needs to go to a team, like maybe a young team like the Washington Wizards, even though that's a terrible team. But go to one of them teams that are like tanking so he can develop into a leader over there because Brooklyn clearly does not need him. And that's all I have to say on the Brooklyn Nets. Well, right now, I'm going to take a little 1-minute break. And then after that break, I'm going to talk about the New York Knicks.
Live from New York, this is WIUR Radio.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, this is Anthony Carlo, TV news reporter in New York City and proud alum. If you're looking for a career in media, Iona is the place to be. From internships to real-world experience, Iona's media program is unprecedented. Take it from an industry professional who made it in the biz.
Now back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
All right. So right now I'm going to be talking about the New York Knicks. Oh my God. Last night's game, I was just watching the Knicks going at it against Luka Doncic and LeBron and the Lakers. And oh my God, that game was just a roller coaster. Like, as you can see, as you can hear my voice, I am concerned because in that game, the Knicks they did put up a fight against the Lakers. They led throughout most of the game, but it was what happened in overtime that had turned our heads around. Like we're all like just worried, like what is going on? What's going to happen with Jalen Brunson? Like I saw when they were down 2. It was 105 to 10. It was 107 to 105. The Knicks were down by 2. Brunson was going to, do one of his crazy moves to tie the game, and he ended up tweaking his ankle when he collided with both LeBron and Austin Reeves. And he was holding on to that ankle like a lot. And I was like, man, I hope he didn't fracture his ankle. But I don't know. And it's like when I was looking at the footage, I was like, man, LeBron, you caused this dude to fall down, man. Like, are you going to help pick him up? Are you going to ask if he's all right? No, he doesn't do that. He just steps over Brunson. He picks up Austin Reeves and he just leaves Brunson there, like, just leaves him there, like just on the ground with him holding his ankle. And I'm like, LeBron, you are supposedly the greatest player of all time. Can you at least show some gratitude? Can you at least ask if he is all right? But no, all he cares about is winning a 6th ring. Let me say one thing, even though this is a podcast strictly for New York sports. LeBron James, you are not winning a 6th championship. And you're never going to catch Jordan on that. That's one thing I have for you, LeBron. So quit trying to be a superstar. You are too old, and just give up that dream. Okay, now back to the Knicks. It's like the Brunson injury, it's so devastating because he was in that game. He was really the only one that was keeping the Knicks together in this game. He scored 39 points in the game. He could have had over 40, but he got injured in overtime. And it's like, because of that, the offense became stagnant. They didn't have their floor general out there. Yes, they did bring in Deuce McBride, but Deuce McBride he hasn't really been shooting the three ball very well. I don't even know if he even made a shot last night. I think someone said he went 0 for 9 last night from 3. Like, that is not good. Like, and I hear that today they're playing against the Clippers. Like, this is really going to be a tough 5-game road trip for the Knicks, because you lost a close one to the Lakers. Now you got the Clippers. Then on Monday, you have the Sacramento Kings. And after the Sacramento Kings, you're playing against the Blazers. Then the Warriors next week, Saturday. Like, this is a tough schedule for the Knicks. Yes, if Brunson misses the rest of the road trip, I don't know what games the Knicks could win. People are saying maybe the Knicks may lose all of the games. Well, I have faith that they will at least win 3 of those games. Like, the game against the Clippers, it's kind of winnable because the Clippers are a suspect team. Like, Harden sometimes has his good moments and he has some bad moments, and Kawhi isn't the same Kawhi he was years ago. He's a little bit washed. And also the bench for the Clippers is a little suspect as well. So you have a chance to go into the Clippers arena. Well, right now they have their own arena, the Intuit Dome. That place is fancy. But you have a chance to go in there into their arena and upset them. Like, you just go in there, play hard, do it for your captain. Like, even though Brunson always says on his podcast that he wants his teammates to wake up and play better on national TV games, even though this game is not national TV, I feel like he's probably telling his teammates, play for me. Like, literally, do this for me. Like, you saw the type of performance that I displayed against the Lakers, and I end up going down injury. All I want for you guys to do is literally play for me. Like, literally, if play to honor me, basically. Like, Brunson is really a good leader for this team. Like, I feel like his injury, even though it will hurt the team, it probably is a blessing in disguise, because it can motivate other players to step up. Last night, I saw that, well, Towns didn't have a good game, but it's because he just came back from going to a funeral of a close friend. So I'm sorry to hear that, but I give him a slap on the wrist, because last night he didn't look too confident in that game, but he tried. But he needs to step up, because, the Knicks ain't going to have Brunson for a while. And another person who needs to step up, who has been playing terrible for the last, week or two, is Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges only had 6 points in 6 shot attempts and played 43 minutes in the game. And I'm like, okay, Bridges, you're about to be in the panic mode right now, because now it's time for us as Knicks fans to panic. We gave the Brooklyn Nets 5 first-round picks for a dude who only scored single digits on the games that actually matter. The only game where he actually showed up was the Christmas game, where he scored 41 points against the Spurs. Yes, but people were saying that game may have been a fluke. But looking back on it, it probably was a fluke, because since that game, he has not had a game close to that. Yes, he had a 28-point game against the Grizzlies last month, but that was against the Grizzlies. But since that Christmas game, he has been having like up and down games of recent, like even the national TV games. He doesn't score throughout most of the game, and then maybe like in the end when the game is already done, he probably just takes like he hits like 2 3-pointers so he could keep his stats in line. And I'm like, I do not understand that, Bridges. Like I don't understand you, Bridges. Like, now that Brunson is hurt, I want to see you be more aggressive on the offensive end. Yes, you're playing good defense, but you have to contribute on offense. You have to find confidence in yourself to hit those 3-pointers, hit those middies. If their shot is not falling in, you can rim run, for crying out loud. You have long arms. Like, you could score over anybody. But I don't know what is going on with him. Like, I feel like he probably can't deal with the pressure being in New York. I kind of see that with him, but you got to develop that tough mindset, because right now you are playing soft and people are looking at you like, man, the Knicks spent all those picks on a dude who doesn't want to score throughout most of the time. Like, you are the NBA's Iron Man. You're supposed to have a little bit more hustle. But this is all I have to say. Like, if Bridges does not change his whole strategy, like if he doesn't change his gameplay, and if the Knicks end up losing in the first round, the Knicks will have no choice but to trade you. Because if I'm being honest, some people may hate me on this, but I want the Knicks to trade Bridges for DiVincenzo. Bring Devo back to the Knicks, because at least DiVincenzo was a better fit than Bridges. He actually can hit his threes. He actually can play defense. Like, bring back DiVincenzo to the Knicks, because I have seen enough of Bridges. I get it. This is his first season, but as I've said, I think all of us Knicks fans have seen enough of Bridges, and we don't want no part of him on the team. Hopefully, he can potentially, revive his career, but I feel like he's not going to do that with the Knicks. I feel like the Knicks are probably going to trade him in the offseason. I don't know who they're going to get, but that's a question for another day. And also, another issue that I have with the Knicks is the coaching. What the hell is Tom Thibodeau doing? Like, you got all these people on the bench, and you don't want to play them. I get that. You're a little old school, but come on, man. There were some parts of that game last night where the Knicks couldn't buy a basket. You could have taken out Bridges and put in that dude Landry Shamet in there. Shamet hit a 3-pointer earlier in the game, but Thibodeau didn't play him that much minutes because, he's a little small, but he will give you points. Bridges was not giving you anything last night. And that's the thing that I didn't like about that game, is that Thibodeau was not utilizing his bench that much. Yes, he did use Cameron Payne, but Cam Payne was missing shots. All he was doing was chugging threes. And I'm like, what is this? Like, you're not being a floor general. You're just thinking about yourself. Like, I don't understand some of the mindset of these players. Like, Thibodeau, you got to play players. You got to play win now players. You can't play players who all they want to do is just shoot the ball and they miss. And then because they miss, they lose confidence. Like, you can't play those people who only care about themselves. You got to play win now players. And also, another thing is Thibodeau getting out-coached by a lot of young coaches. Like last night, you got out-coached by J.J. Redick, a dude who's literally on his first year as a full-on head coach. And you get out-coached by him? And I'm like, come on, man. This is the second time this season you got out-coached by J.J. Redick. Like, that is just embarrassing. And people, after last night's game, people were like, come on, Thibodeau. Like, the Knicks even had a chance to win even before overtime. But no, he drew up some stupid play where Brunson gives Hart the ball in the clutch. And I'm like, that is a terrible play. People are like, Towns was open in the corner, Anunoby was open in the corner. They could have passed the ball to either one of them to hit a corner three to end the game. But no, he drew up a play where Hart goes into the paint for a layup, but the layup didn't count. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, you had the chance to win the game, but Thibodeau just messed up the clutch moment by writing up a stupid play that didn't even make any sense. And it's like, I don't know. If the Knicks do not figure out their issues, Thibodeau will be fired after this season. Because I feel like Thibodeau's time as coach for the Knicks is over. Like, it's like what I heard someone said last night. Thibodeau is like Mark Jackson from the Warriors. Like when the Warriors fired Mark Jackson and hired Steve Kerr. Not to disrespect Thibodeau, but yes, you did change the culture for the New York Knicks. Yes, we love that you turned around the franchise from being a laughingstock to actually being a team that is relevant again. But all things must come to an end, and your time as coach is probably starting to end right now. Like, Thibodeau, you just got to hang it up and have someone younger and more modern be the coach for the Knicks. I feel like Thibodeau, when he realizes that it is time for him to stop coaching, I feel like when that happens, the Knicks will actually probably win a championship because they have the roster. They just need a different coach. But some people may disagree with me on this, but it's the truth. Thibodeau just needs to resign or quit because the team will be better off without him. And the thing is, we just hope that the Knicks make the right decision because I don't know. I don't think all of us Knicks fans could go through Thibodeau being coach for another season because this season is showing that he cannot coach against the elite teams because the elite teams have much younger coaches. They got coaches that are like 30 years younger than him. And it's embarrassing that for a man who's supposedly supposed to be a defensive guru cannot figure out defensive strategies against those top teams. So that's really all I have to say for today on the New York Knicks. All right, so we have reached the conclusion of today's episode. Yes, it was a little bit crazy, but it's whatever. Like, I just hope that both teams can make the right decisions for their teams. And this is Mike Talks NY Sports. I'm Michael Walters, reporting from WIUR. Have a good day.